Welcome back, YouTube. I've put this in front of the basement door to show how translucent the hide is. And you can see certain areas are darker than others. Those correspond to where I got the epidermis off totally and where I did not get the epidermis off totally. So I'm going to step forward here. You can see we have a darker area up here where more epidermis is left over. And then as we come down, we have this nice light area here. This is really, really good quality parchment here. This is what we want to see overall. What makes parchment so wonderful? See, this is veining. That's where the sheep's vein would have gone across, you know, on their body. Is that characteristic is what makes parchment so special. So for modern art, and a lot of modern artists do work on parchment, this marbled effect is precisely what they are looking for. For a medieval artist, it varied. So this is perfectly acceptable for what you would expect to see in a medieval manuscript. When these things are cut up, these differences sort of disappear. It's not the uniformity that we are used to seeing in paper. And so you get a more lively background than what you get out of a commercial paper. This is a pretty consistent hide. You can see that it's very consistent through here. I've got a little bit of a thicker area which is showing up as a shadow here and here that were the outside of the animal's thighs. And everywhere else is pretty good. Down at the neck here is a little bit thicker, but I don't have the tool to plane that off. Right on the edges here, you should be able to see where it's sort of glassy, and that is always an area that does not get stretched all the way, but we actually cut that right off. So that's not a big deal. Up here, you should be able to see where the knife cuts hit. Some of the guys weren't super careful when they pulled the deer hides. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you gotta get the skin off the animal. And it always tends to be a little bit sticky around their butt, like the tail is here. And this tends to be an area that will hold fast to a deer. So you will get some knife cuts. I knew that. You're funny. So generally what you're looking for in a nice piece of parchment is a good, consistent translucency. So like up here, it's a little bit thicker, but that's not that big a deal because I can go here, and this piece to here is pretty consistent. This piece to here is consistent, and this one is fairly consistent as well. So I can get some nice big pieces off of this if I wanted to.